Hey everyone, this is Ross, and I'm gonna try and make this a very short video about beginner plants. And the reason I'm making this video is because a lot more people are setting up planter tanks now. There's a bit of a trend at the minute on YouTube. A lot more people are setting them up. Bolly12345 has recently set up a tropical planter tank, and there's a few other people. But yeah, a lot of people have actually been asking us in private messages what beginner plants they should get. They want something easy, something that doesn't really need too much light, just something that they can rely on and won't die on them. And most of the plants in this tank are actually beginner plants. So my tank is relatively good looking, I suppose, for a fish tank. So it really does show you what you can do with beginner plants. I'm going to start with my favourites and kind of work down to my least favourites. One of my favourites is probably good old Java Fern. It's a slow grower. It needs low light. I mean, you can give it high light if you want, but yeah, it just needs low light. You can tie it onto rocks, tie it onto wood, tie it onto different things, and it just looks really nice. As you can see, I've got it on a slant in this tank. I've got it on a stick that kind of slants up towards the back, so it's great as instant deco. You can basically get a bunch of it, tie it to something and throw it in the tank. You don't even need to plant it, so you don't need any dirt for this plant. You don't need much fertilisation. It's just a great plant, and the more you cut it, the more it grows, and you can actually develop your own varieties of it. As you can see there, there's a leaf with 3 prongs on. There's the first prong, there's the second one, and there's the third. So that's a mutation that's occurred just in my tank. And yes, I love Java Fern. It's one of my favourite plants, and as you can see, the shrimp like to chill out on it too. And another great thing about it is you can keep it in cold water with goldfish. Goldfish are renowned for eating plants, but this is one of the few plants that goldfish don't actually eat because it's so tough. There's very few fish that will eat this. Even cichlids might not eat it. So yeah, very tough plant, and the fish don't think it tastes good, so I'd definitely recommend Java Fern. My second favourite beginner plant is dwarf sage. I actually first heard about this from Dustin's Fish Tanks channel, and he uses it a lot in his aquascapes. I've just fell in love with it. If you've got a dirty tank, or even if you just dose fertilisers, it'll do really well, and it'll start sending off runners. As you can see, I've got runners popping up everywhere. I've got 2 more down here, 1 there, and it's just a great plant. A lot of people try to achieve like a carpet in their aquarium by using dwarf baby tears, regular baby tears, and different small plants like that. They often require very high light levels, and dwarf sage really isn't fussy. I wouldn't keep it in very low lights. Having said that, I kept it with LEDs for a few months, so it can tolerate quite low light levels, but I keep it in a moderate light level. But yeah, just a great plant. Sends off runners everywhere. Stays short. You can trim it, although I've never actually trimmed mine. And there's actually lots of different varieties of sage. But one of my favourites is definitely dwarf sage. And it just looks so much like actual grass that you'd find outside. So I love dwarf sage. Probably my third favourite easy to grow plant is Ludwigia repens. This again was introduced to me by Dustin's Fish Tanks, and when you give it enough iron and high light, it'll get a red tint underneath the leaves, and that just looks really nice. Even if you don't give it any ferts or any iron or even high light, it'll still grow great. And what you can do, you can just trim off the top, and that'll promote thicker growth. So if I was to trim the top of that, it would grow 2 new stems coming out the top, so you can thicken it up, and it's just a great plant. I absolutely love it. It's great if you've got an open space that you want to fill in. Just get one stem of Ludwigia, trim it up into 10-20 pieces, stick it all in the gravel, and it's pretty much guaranteed to grow into a full plant. I just had a big space here, so I shoved it all in, and it looks great. My fourth favourite beginner plant is Java Moss. Very slow growing plant. Sometimes bits of detritus will get stuck in it, or fish poo, but it has got a lot of positives. It's great for raising fry, baby fish. They'll hide in it from the parents. It kind of creeps along the gravel. As you can see, it's started to creep off this rock now onto the gravel, which I'm really liking. It's starting to hang down over the cave, and it's great for filling spaces, much like the Ludwigia. But it's unlike the Ludwigia in the fact that you can tie it to rocks, bits of wood, and it looks great alongside Java Fern, as you can see. Just a great plant. I love mosses. And it's great if you want a carpeting effect, but if you did want a carpeting effect, I'd go with some species of sage, like dwarf sage. Nevertheless, it is a great plant. I'm not really going to mention any more species of beginner plant, because they're the main beginner species, but yeah, so if you found this video helpful, and if you liked it, then please leave a nice comment, please like it, and please subscribe. And I'm kind of running out of ideas for videos, so if you could please leave some ideas for us in the comments below. I've got over 200 subscribers now, and I only get comments off about 20 or 30 people, so it'd be great if some people who never leave comments left a few comments to tell us what I should do video wise. If you've got any ideas at all, it'd be much appreciated. Alright, so that was it. Bye.